I appreciate being able to do this work with you. I also thank Superintendent Barbie for your leadership and for moving us forward as a district. All right, at this time, we've established a quorum. We're gonna stand for a moment of silence, then we're gonna do the pledge. Tonight's moment of silence, of course, is always for our teachers, for our first responders, for our students, for peace in our schools, for folks in our schools, for students to be able to do their work, for them to grow, for them to do the things that they need to do. After that moment of silence, then we're gonna say the Pledge of Allegiance, and then we'll go into our special recognition. So at this time, let's stand for a moment of silence.
Thank you. Pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you very much. Now we're gonna move on to special recognition.
It's good.
Good evening, board. Community, we're excited. We are gonna have Mr. Carlisle help us with our Stripes Awards for this month.
It's recorded. It's out.
And we call Ms. Harris, Principal Harris. We're going to be recognizing, with our Stripe Awards, we're going to be recognizing Pine Bluff Junior High. Ms. Harris, she's a great principal. Let's give her a hand. So first, we want to recognize our students for exhibiting strike behavior. And the first student, you want me to say? Okay. Kaylee Horn, for always helping her peers who are struggling with their classwork.
And it's her birthday. Give it up. And so what we're recognizing is a P in patience, for being so patient with your peers. And so thank you so much for all that you do for your students, for your peer students. Sit right here.
Next student we want to recognize Jaden Scott, for always being kind, respectful, and helpful to his classmates. And he's been recognized for the E, empathy, and stripes.
All right.
Where we live?
Ms. Weston.
Way in there. You got it?
Congratulations. Thank you so much and happy birthday.
Next, we want to recognize staff members for showing their stripes. The first staff member, Deborah Thomas, for voluntarily taking on the role of parent facilitator, yearbook sponsor, and building test coordinator. And you're recognized for trustworthiness and synergy, which is part of stripes. The next staff member, Connie Jackson. Voluntarily taking on the role of parent facilitator, yearbook sponsor, and building test coordinator, and planning Mr. Carlisle's birthday party. We're recognizing her for trustworthiness and synergy.
Thank you so much. Before they go, would you share just a little bit about your parent organization and what these ladies have been working on just in the last month?
Yes.
Yes.
So, Pine Junior High has a new PTO. I am proud to say that over 30% of our faculty and staff are paid members of the PTO, and we are really close of reaching our goal of 100 paid members. Now, to tell you how significant this is, last year we had 2. And as usual, with any PTO, our goal is to increase parental involvement in the schools, as well as in our community, because we're on a reflection of our community. And so these ladies, along with our president, they have been working very earnestly, and they are tired, trying to get our parents involved. We have a fundraiser going on currently right now. They are selling t-shirts. So if you don't know, buy t-shirts, support Commonwealth Junior High, because we are striving to become the school of excellence. And our motto this year, we're writing our own story. Everything that you see negative, we're coming back with something positive, because no matter what you think, there's some good things going on at Commonwealth Junior High. And it's up to us to capture those moments, not leave it to what other people say.
Yes.
So, as usual, we have an open door policy. Anytime you want to drive by, buy a t-shirt. Our second PTO meeting is actually tomorrow at 5:30. 5:30 at Commonwealth Junior High cafeteria, 7th and 8th grade side. We would love to see some of your faces, because it is open to the community. It takes all of us to raise a village.
Thank you.
Okay, CO Team Pine Bluff Junior High, we are recognizing community members. First, we want to recognize Pine Bluff Mission for providing snack bags for students each week, for showing empathy and synergy.
Right here.
Pine Bluff Mission. Last but not least, we want to recognize who you've all been waiting for, the Divine Dancers. For donating more than 500 personal hygiene items to Pine Bluff Junior High School students. Recognizing them for some empathy and synergy. And they have their purple shirts on today representing. They're going to dance.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, board.
All right, thank you, thank you. Just a quick side note. Ms. West, are you recording? Are we live?
Yes,
Yeah, I got a text from the patron that says that it's sideways.
I just turned it.
Okay, appreciate you. All right. All right, at this time, thank you all, and thank you for those wonderful recognitions. We always enjoy that. I always enjoy support we get for community members. At this time, if anyone needs to leave, we have children who have to do homework and be ready for school tomorrow. Please do so at this time. All right? No, you gotta stay. Let's go. You gotta stay. All right. All right, thank you again. Thank you so much. All right, now we're gonna go into PBC.
Good evening. This afternoon or this evening, I want to
the opportunity to just stand as we announce those individuals so that you guys can see who they are aboard as we're already starting our work. And I'm excited about this year's team. And so I want them to stand so that you can put a name with a face. Representing Greenville Forest Park, Ms. Tomika Smith, if she's here. Southwood, Ms. Keena Glass Green. Ms. Tonisha Reynolds. Pine Bluff Junior High, Ms. Christina Berry and Mr. Torres Eskew. Broadmoor, Mr. Shaquille Jones and Ms. Alicia Guest. James Matthews, Mr. Matthew Jimerson and Ms. Kiara Barnes. 34th is Ms. Crystal Sweeney and Ms. Stephanie Owens. Pine Bluff Junior High Academy is Ms. Kendra Jackson. And Pine Bluff High School, Ms. Alicia Smith, Mr. Calvin Thomas, and myself, Courtney Smith. As I said, thank you guys. As I said, we are already getting our wheels turning, and they already been tasked to start breaking down our policy book to see any updates and things of that nature. And so, Dr. Rice, I know you mentioned that you wanted to begin that work on contracts and things of that nature that we were starting on last year. So whenever you want to do that, we're ready to rock and roll, all right? Are there any questions for me?
No questions. Again, we're still trying to coordinate with you. Thank you for introducing new board members, and now that we've solidified that, we'll speak with our board to see, you know what date and time would be convenient. I would like to, if it's possible, for us to meet sometime in October before our next regularly scheduled board meeting, and coordinate like we did in the evening time, and have that conversation and go from there.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, thank you. Is there anybody for classified PBC this evening? Okay, seeing none, thank you. All right, this time we're gonna go into board committee reports. I'll just start with executive report. I don't have a formal report, just to remind board members to continue to watch for those emails for ASBA. There's a couple conferences coming up that you can attend. I think all of us have our designated board hours, but there are also always training opportunities to get those hours. So let's be mindful of that. And again, I'll be reaching out through Superintendent Barbie to coordinate with your schedules to do a meeting sometime in October before our next regularly scheduled board meeting to talk with PPC to get an update on our finances, the millage, what have you, as we have done, I think we did last year, this same time. So that's my report from the executive side. Director Edwards, do you have a report?
Nothing for my committee.
Okay. All right, going down to the other end, Director Lockett, any report from legislative? Okay. All right, Director Whitmore is not here at this time for his report. And so, again, saving the best for last. Director Coleman.
Well, good evening, everyone. Give you an update on facilities. The track is almost done. I think there's just a few final touches we have to do to that. I don't know if you've ridden by there, but they have all the stripes down, so it's just a few minor corrections they need to make, and we'll be finished with the track. We're still working on the revamping of the football stadium. On the AC, HVAC updates, they're in progress for the buildings at the junior high, and also we're looking at getting some grant dollars to work on the roofing and HVAC at Jack Roby and the 9th grade academy, just roofing for the 9th grade academy. And Dr. Barber is going to talk more about the topping ceremony when we put the last beam in. And let's see, last but not least, Sean Carroll is here to talk about the high school update. So.
Thank you, Dr. Cole. We appreciate the opportunity as always to present, and we will get the video started, and we'll start back at the beginning of the month, and we'll work through current progress.
Do you have a speaker?
Do I have a speaker?
Yeah, talk close to the speaker if you can. Yeah, so
Yes, sir.
How about that? Is that better? Sorry about that. Okay. You can see we've started to get the roof trusses on. This is actually inside. This is the bridge. that we've talked about kind of recreating in the project. This is coming along the side of the cafeteria, right here, and that bridge kind of comes all the way around the north end of the center area of the project. This is going into the cafeteria. You can see the nice open area, stairwell kind of feeding down from the upper level so that students can come in from both the upstairs and the downstairs. The gym continues to start to get some sidewalls on and start taking a little more shape, as you can see. We've got lots of masonry blocks, and the masons are working over on the west side of the project now. The big push this month has really been getting the roof trusses on, so you can see the roof trusses are now on both the south and the north end of the east side of the building. And our roofers are starting to make progress, getting ready to start putting insulation board and roofing down on many of the flat roof sections. So we'll have lots of these areas are going to start getting in the dry on the flat roofs as well as the upper metal roof sections. Kind of start to see the columns coming up here on the front, will be the front of the media center facing the courtyard. Have another view coming down the side of the media center back to the main part of the building. This is building G. Again, you can start seeing that the brick and a lot of the metal panel are up. This building is going to be our first one completed. We've actually started getting paint on the inside, so you'll start to see some of the corridors really taking shape. Some of the main hallway ductwork's already going in. This is coming down to the main entrance and up the main stair here at the entryway. You can kind of start to see the volume of the inside of the space. Again, brickwork is coming down the east side of the project as well, as the trusses are being finished above. This is inside the media center. Again, you can kind of start to see the volume of the spaces that are being constructed. This is a neat fly through here. It's going to give you a good view of the lobby area in between the auditorium and the arena to your right. Kind of gives you an idea of the volume of that main lobby there. That would be the main entry point. Again, a little later in the month, you can see a lot more of the walls have gone up in the arena, starting to take shape. And you can see where the roof sections are starting to go in on the auditorium. Here's a good fly through of building G, kind of give you an idea of what's above ceiling that you'll never see again. Once the ceilings are in. Great view here inside the media center. This is going to be a wonderful space for students. Lots of natural light. All the opening areas you see here will be glass. There we go. That's kind of how we're looking today. Our focus for the rest of the week, or excuse me, that's that. Our focus for the rest of the month, and as we work in October, we'll be getting the rest of the flat roofs on, getting in the dry. We're starting to put the metal decking on the trusses, so that roof will start taking shape and getting in the dry as well, as we continue to work through with a lot of the rest of the mechanical installation in those dry areas. We certainly appreciate it. Any questions, board?
Okay, thanks very much.
All right, thank you. All right, let's see. Next order of business, adoption of minutes. Okay, board. Last set of minutes was for August 25th, 2025. You have those minutes sent out in our board packets. All right, you've had an opportunity to look at those minutes. If there are not any questions, comments, concerns, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the minutes from the regular school board meeting on August 25th, 2025. Been moved probably second, ready for question. Any questions, comments, concerns? All in favor say aye. Aye for me, all opposed say no. The ayes have it. Thank you very much. All right, now we moved on to superintendent's report. Superintendent Barker. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay, financial report, I'm sorry about that.
So, board, in your packet, the first link that you'll see, and you wanna navigate that, you can. You'll see the local revenue collections, and remember, I adjusted that chart for you Jamie, I adjusted the chart for you from last year to this year. And what I wanted you to notice is we've received revenue for July and August. And the top chart again shows what we've receipted because that's what the county sent us. And at the bottom is the actual county collections. And so where they start from January to December. So you'll see how that's the calendar year versus how we do the fiscal year. But I just wanted to bring that to your attention again and remind you that when they collect it, they send just that percentage to us, which is, so it looks a little bit different, but that's a way we can keep calculating and making sure that we're getting that actual amount of tax collections that we should. The next document that you have in your packet is just your normal board report, and that is for period 1 through current. And first, I want to be proud to say that our board report is still 4 pages. We continue to clean it up so we don't have those inactive accounts on the board report. So just having a 4-page report is good as far as all the accounts that are there. I did want to show you, if you're on page 2 of the board report, you'll see where there are some safety grant, like where it says emergency school safety. That's a $141,000 safety grant that we're still waiting for the state to send us. And so that's why you see a negative. It's actually account 2397. And then if you look in the 3,000 fund, which is our building fund, that's also where you see the revenue of 3,001. That's the interest that we're continuing to make off our bond money. So that's what we've made so far this year. So we show it there so that you can compare it to the other reports that we see so that they should always line up. What the interest is that we're making, you'll see it in another report. And go to the next report. The next report on there is just this current period. You'll see a little bit different because this is just for the month of August. And so the revenue that shows for what we got in this month versus what we've had so far this year, as well as expenditures. The next report is your bank reconciliation. Notice again at the top, we do not have large outstanding checks, which is very positive. That's another cleanup that continues to help us keep our bank variance where there is no variance. And then it's been reconciled again. Of course, we've been reconciled for almost 2 whole years now, guys. So that over 2 years now. So that's good. And then the check register, if you had any questions, the only thing I did want to say, there's a couple larger expenditures, but those things that you'll see have been board approved. But I wanted to show you on page 3, we have the COPS grant where we purchased the intercoms. All those have been installed so far. And then you also see where you see Masters Transportation. That's our brand new bus that we purchased. We had to pay for it, but they're building it and we haven't received it yet. But I do want you to know we'll keep paying attention when we get that new bus in. The ones that we bought in June that were used just had those few miles on them. They're here and we're utilizing them on routes right now. In the next section, under your board report fund for 3,000, that's where you're gonna see the revenue interest. It matches what's on the board report. So I wanted just to keep you abreast of that. And then the next document is just fiscal year 26, what our bond proceeds register is. So what we start with the interest. So we received interest in July, we received interest in August, and then the payments that we've made out, but the total interest earned so far is $3.2 million on our bond money. And then the last document that you have is our total building project cost. And if you see, this starts from the very beginning where you notice we had hardly any payments because we were still just in the design phase. And now since we're in construction phase, you're gonna see that so far at the end of August, we've paid $38,073,000 towards our building. Yes, ma'am.
Questions about the check register.
Yes, ma'am.
On the very first page, where it says Arkansas teacher retirement,
Yes.
I just want to know, what does that be in front of the check number?
That means I want to call it a voucher, but it's like a direct deposit.
Okay.
You know, it's one of those that we do direct deposit.
Okay.
So the V, it's a voucher, but yeah.
One more.
Mhm.
On page 5, get to it. What is Simmons' first payment process?
That's our credit card.
Okay.
Yeah. So when we make those, when we purchase something on the credit card, that's us making that credit card payment.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Director Calhoun. Any other questions for board members regarding the financial report? All right. Hearing none, all right, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the financial report as presented. Been moved and probably second, ready for question? Any questions, comments, concerns? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye for me, all opposed say no. The ayes have it. Thank you. All right, now we're gonna go into our superintendent's report. Superintendent Barber.
So I'm very excited. Obviously, on our superintendent report, I always report on the 6 systems, but let me remind everyone about our Pine Bluff School District vision, that we are a student-centered community, and all those things that we are doing is to support our students and know that every child is believed in, every child is challenged, every child is empowered to overcome their barriers and achieve at high levels and pursue college and career goals that they set for themselves. And so tonight, I'm happy to talk about a presentation that's going to be before you guys about how we're continuing to support our students in all areas, and we believe in every child, and every child is going to be college and career ready when they leave Pine Bluff School District. As always, our 6 systems are focused on every decision we make are focused on students. And under academics, we're going to have the STAR presentation. And I'm not sure if they're going to bring this up, but if you remember, board, it was one of the very first things that were brought to your attention. And it was done via Zoom from people from U of A. And they said, hey, we want you to partner with us. And through this partnership, we went over a year, and if you notice all the blue shirts in the audience, and then of course you guys have been given blue shirts, so I'd like to ask those that are presenting the STAR presentation to come on up to the, I'm sitting out of this one, guys, but Mr. Carlock will take my place, but yes. Would you guys come on up?
Dr. Barry, would you like us at the mic or?
You'll be speaking to the board, and so whatever easiest to present to the board. And then, of course, the community will hear that, but the board needs to know what's going on. So whatever's easiest for you guys.
I want.
Good evening. My name is Dr. Shada Rayleigh. I'm a professor at the University of Arkansas Fayetteville in special education, and I'm not going to take up a lot of your time, so then the very good-looking people in blue can take up your time. But I'm here to tell you a little bit about the Pine Bluff Career Council. The Pine Bluff Career Council is supported by a grant that's called the Seamless Transition to Arkansas grant. It is a $10 million grant that I like to say is for Arkansas and by Arkansas. It is a 5-year grant to really establish a collaborative statewide initiative to improve employment outcomes for youth with disabilities. And we're thrilled that Pine Bluff is one of our communities in our STAR project. There are 3 goals of the STAR project. Pine Bluff is part of all 3 of them. The very first one is to enhance work-based opportunities for youth with disabilities. We know that the #1 way to make sure that youth with disabilities have jobs after high school is if they have a job in high school. So that's what we're doing as a part of this project with Pine Bluff High School. The second part of the project, and that's what we're going to be talking about today, is establishing a career council, which is a group of representative community members that come together to problem solve how to promote outcomes for youth with disabilities. Because the people that know how to solve problems of the community are the people in the community themselves. And the last goal is to use our state partners to enhance some of these issues related to transition. So Arkansas Department of Education, Arkansas Rehabilitation Services, Sources for Independent Living, Arkansas Transition Services, and of course the University of Arkansas are partners in this work. And now I'll turn it over to Dr. Carlock to talk a little bit about why this is important.
Hello, Philip Carlock. I am proud to be part of this prestigious council, and thank you for sharing those goals. But when you think about what the Career Council does, I love this picture because we talk about transitioning when students transition from high school to what we call the real world. usually what happens is you have all this support at school, and then there's just a cliff where that support just goes away. But the career council, these bright people, these bright minds, we come together and we see how we can bridge, create a bridge, so there can be a seamless transition from school support to adult living. So that's what we plan for, and that's what we do as a council. So how we started, we had a big kickoff. How I got pulled in, Dr. Marita said, hey, you're gonna be here tonight. But what a wonderful surprise, because when I came in, we were able to invite so many people from the community, and people were asking, how can I be part of this council to make sure that we can help support the seamless transition from school to adulthood. So this was our first meeting. You see all of our smiling faces. I had the biggest smile, didn't know what I was getting into, but my smile is bigger because I've been able to see some results. So this was our kickoff event. And from there, we just hit the ground running. Now, when we think about the stars of the career council, all the faces you see, we meet. We meet right here in this room, and we plan on how we can make that seamless transition for our students and how we can make it better. And now,
my name is George Hudson. I graduated from Powell High School in 2022. I am a co-leader of the Powell Career Council. The first step in Career Council work is to build. To build a strong career council. Our vision statement shares our big training. We want to create job opportunities in our community for everyone, including people who need extra support. Our mission statement explains what Pamela Career Council is working to do. We want to help young people become more independent, find jobs, and become leaders in the community. We want to support youth with disabilities, their families, and the whole community, so they can successfully move from high school into adult life. After writing our mission and vision, we made meeting norms. These are rules that help our meeting run smoothly and make sure everyone feels heard and respected. When we do these things, we build strong teamwork and can make a big difference in our community.
Good evening. My name is Gary Green. I graduated from Wayne High School in 2014. I am a core leader of the career council. The second step in the career council work is to find help things in our community is important, because knowing what resources we have help us to do more. We start by looking at the people, program, and placing in our effort and support the young people with disabilities. Some are the help places found in including Jenkins Energy Center, Arkansas Rehab Service, project served in the Boys and Girls Club area. After we made a list of the community resources, we began working on a different route. We used Google to create a map that shows where the places are, so others in the community can find help and more easy by using these community resources. We had strong support system for your young people with disability and help them reach our goals.
My name is Karen Randolph, and I'm a transition consultant for this area. Pine Bluff is just one of many school districts that I serve to help in making sure that our districts know the ins and outs with federal and state guidelines in writing a transition plan. And these plans help our students in helping them be productive once they leave high school. So as Darius mentioned, the Career Council came up with a Jefferson County digital mapping tool. And this tool is designed to help in finding those resources that our team came up with in looking at our community and seeing those resources that are available in the community. As you click on each of those icons, it comes to lets you know what information is going to be helpful. For example, when we're writing that plan, we're looking for what does that student want to do once they leave high school? What's their employment? What's the job they want? What about the education and training they're going to need in order to get that job? And what about independent living, community participation, advocacy skills? So this map is designed to help in finding those resources that our students are going to need. One thing that we would like for you to do is to look at that QR code, go there, look at the map, see the resources that we came up with just by looking in our community. We may have missed some resources that we just didn't know were out there. Sometimes some of these resources are word of mouth. And so by sharing this information with us, we can make sure that we're putting it on that Jefferson County digital mapping so that anyone can go to it and see those resources. So one thing that we do, like we have some little stickers that's going to give you some, more information, or how do I get to that map, and share those ideas with us. Make sure that we know those services, because when those services are available, our students can be successful, and we want you to help us in reaching our vision and our mission goal. Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I am Virginia Humphrey Gully, and I am a teacher here in the Pine Bluff School District in the Structured Learning Environment at the 9th Grade Academy. Step 3, mapping the journey to adulthood. Step 3 of our project was all about answering a big, important question. What does it really take to help students with disabilities move successfully from high school to adult life? To find the answer, we took a deep dive into how the transition process works, starting right here in our very own backyard, the Pine Bluff School District, and also exploring best practices from Project Search, a nationally recognized transition to work program. We asked ourselves 2 key questions. What do our students truly need during this life-changing time? How can we clearly explain, track, and support those needs every step of the way? These guiding questions led us to create something very powerful, the transition flowchart. This flowchart maps each step in the journey from high school to adulthood. It helps us clearly see the challenges our students face, and more importantly, the supports they need to overcome these challenges. It's not just a document, it's a blueprint for action, helping teachers, families, and service providers work together to ensure no student falls through the cracks. By focusing on the Pine Bluff School District, we're making sure our efforts are grounded in our community's real experiences. And with this flowchart, we're building a pathway that opens doors, not just for one student, but for every student, every time. Thank you.
Good evening.
My name is Glenda Fritz, and I have the opportunity to work with these young students who take transition High School. What I'm coming before you today is to talk to you about the Pine Bluff School District transition process. So I want you to know that this process, guys, highlights from the Pine Bluff School District's 8th through 12th grade. So first, we have what we call career orientation. But before I say that, I want you to know that students do not need to take all of these courses. These courses are to be taken based on the student's needs. And also there's a committee doing our IEP meetings to help determine what classes these students will take. So the first one is career orientation. There's a transition plan that we have to put in place. And in the introduction to the career and technical education pathway, the short-term personal and academic goal setting, how to get involved in high school. So in summary, what this particular career orientation transition plan is that this course helps students start planning their future. It helps them to create a student success plan. And here again, we have our career coach who also works with all of those students, including those students with disabilities, to create the success plan, and our teachers do the same during their win time. We have also our Transition 1 class. This course helps students to understand their own strengths, their own needs, their interests, and their preference. They will learn the basics of the IEP and how to take part in it, being self-advocates in their classes, in their IEP meetings to determine what they think is best suited for them. And they start planning for the future in their career, looking forward to going to college and making those plans as well, and the community living. So then we have Transition 2. And in Transition 2, we have the career and technical education pathway selection. Those jobs that those students can get jobs, rentals, banks, being able to interview for those particular jobs, where they're being taught those skills in the transition class. Also workplace and expectations, how they need to show up on the job on time, how they need to work as a team. These are all soft skills that are being taught right now at Pine Bluff High School to those students in transition. And then we have Transition 3. That's that career and technical education pathway continuing. So they started in Transition 2, they're continuing it in Transition 3. They're exploring their college options again, because we are so ready for our students to prepare for college because they are capable. All right, and then the disability rights and community resources that are available to them. Social relationships, how to care for themselves. All of that is taught in Transition 3. Then we have finally Transition 4. Transition 4, there's also that career and technical education pathway. We have our final steps that we introduce. Community work experience, where students are placed in the community to make sure that they're getting that experience. So when they graduate from Pine Bluff High School, they are sufficient in the workplace. Also voter registration, civic engagement, finalizing applications, being able to complete the application, actually interview for particular jobs. All of those skills are incorporated into the Transition 4 class. And let me tell you that all of this is done for the purpose of getting our students ready for the life of independence, getting them prepared for career readiness, going out into the community, being productive citizens. And I'm pleased to tell you that we do have students placed in the community right now on jobs. They are being very successful. They are being trained in areas that needs to be improved, but they are successful individuals right now preparing for the world of work and the life of independence. Thank you.
our youth with disabilities.
In step 5, we start thinking about the future and how to keep the Pine Bluff Career Council going strong. We do this by looking back at what we did in our first year, setting new goals and deciding who will do what in a group. It's important to make a plan that helps us now and also help us grow in the future. As we plan ahead, we also need to think about who is part of our career council. Are there any important voice missing? If so, how can we invite new people to join us? We want to make sure our group includes people with different ideas and experiences, so we can do the best work possible.
Good evening. I am Denisha Evans, one of many career coaches in our district, but I am honored and privileged to be part of the STAR team and to talk to you about the great things that we've been doing this past year and looking toward the future. As Ms. Bliss already mentioned, we do have students who are currently working, they are currently employed, and they're doing an awesome job. I also want to stress that we have students who are working on campus, for those who may need additional support, those who may be still working on some of those transition areas. And we also have students who are working off campus, so we want to continue to leverage the partnerships that we have with institutions like UAPB, CR. We also work with Atomic Wing, Subway, we work with the Pine Bluff Library. We have offices within the city of Pine Bluff who work with their students, and we want to continue to add to that list. So if you know of any employers who want to take part in this great work, please have them to reach out because we are waiting, we are willing, we are ready to match up with them. We also want you guys to continue to take the word out. We've had parent meetings so far where we inform the public about what we've already done and what we hope to do in the future in partnership, as well as presentations that we hope to move forward with our Chamber of Commerce. We want to talk to our Small Business Association. We want to give our students every possible opportunity to grow and expand that, we didn't even fathom. I know sometimes when we talk about transition or different abilities, sometimes as parents we want to hold on tight, right? But we want to push our students out and see what they're capable of because they have many skills, many talents that haven't been tapped into yet. But it's going to be us. It really takes us as this village to make sure that they have those opportunities, to make sure we create those safe environments for them so that when they are in those places of independent living, they're able to flourish and go out the way that we always knew they could, right? So guys, it's a communal effort. It's a team. It really does take a village, and we are super excited to work with you as we continue this process in the future. Thank you.
So as you can see, that's not my picture. But if you want to connect with us, if you're interested in supporting our youth, help us make that connection. You can just scan that QR code or it's an email address, right? You can email that address. Just take a picture of it if you're old school like me and you can figure it out later. I do want to bring up my two sports, two people I'm proud of, George and Darius. Come on, these guys make me happy every time we meet. I'm so proud of them. They're doing so much to not only benefit themselves, but benefit this program and to help others that are coming behind them. So let's give them a hand. On the road. They'll be going to Denver, Colorado.
Any questions from the board?
Thank you so much. Everyone on the Career Council, if you don't mind standing and let us applaud you for all the hard work. Yes, thank you so much for everyone that is here. Thank you again, Darius and George. I'm so proud of you. Great job. I'm so excited. And those of you that want to stay, you're welcome to stay, but that is our academics report for today's board on all the transitioning opportunities we have right now going on. Next is part of my superintendent reports. I'll give them just a few minutes. And board, I know you guys have been waiting because we've talked about this, but we do have all four of our international teachers are now with us and teaching in our district. And I'm excited to have a face with a name and introduce you to our four teachers. And I'm going to remember, we're going to say first names, right? Yeah. But if you're welcome to introduce yourself as well. But first we have Miss Loretta. Miss Loretta, do you mind standing? Miss Loretta. She's teaching at James Matthews? Yes. We have Miss Faith. Miss Faith is at Pine Bluff Junior High. Mr. Benjamin. Mr. Benjamin is at Southwood Elementary. And Mr. Courage. He's at Pine Bluff High School. And so we're thrilled to have them on board helping us serve our students, and we've had nothing but positive interactions from them to us, and I know our students. It's been interesting, just a transition, and so it's been really good. Does anybody, you guys want to share anything, or are you just good to go? Any questions? Thank you so much for being here. Next on the superintendent's report would be the Capturing Kids' Hearts. Oh, before you click on that, I do want to share what this is. So remember, board, when we talk about Capturing Kids' Hearts, this is a human capital training. However, it is for student support. And so part of Capturing Kids' Hearts is a 2-day training that every employee goes through. And then we have also process champions. We did not have a chance for everyone to go through the first training. And then we had some this summer. So those that were hired later or weren't here with us this summer, we have a new training for them in October 13th and 14th. They'll have their training for 2 days. But one of the things, in order for us to continue to collect that data to see what's going on, they have what they call the Start Strong survey. And it's the beginning of your survey. And it's only for classroom teachers. And so when they take this survey, it's just 4 questions. And so if you don't mind, Mr. Sims, just clicking on that, I hope it's big enough. It may not be big enough for you to see, but I'm just going to share with you so far, we've had 75 teachers respond to the survey. The goal is to have 100% by October 31st. We want all classroom teachers to answer this by October 31st. And the main 4 questions. Number 1, I greet my students or staff members with a smile and positive tone as they enter the classroom. So far, out of 75 responses, 77% say, yes, I'm doing that. Number 2, I start each class period or meeting by asking my students or staff to share good things or celebrations. And right now we're at 41% saying that they do that all the time. At number 3, the question is, my students or staff and I have developed and posted a class social contract, and we refer to it. Right now we're at 73% saying they do that. Number 4, I ensure that students or staff are dismissed with a launch or short motivational message. And right now we're at 36% staff saying that they do that. So when we have this survey, the purpose is we want to ask 2 specific questions. What are we doing well? And what do we need to focus on? And just right now on our basic data, number 1, we need to focus on everyone taking the survey so that we have good data. We want 100% of teachers that take this, teachers and directors and principals, so they will be able to take this survey. Number 2, what are we doing well? Obviously, right now it looks like we're greeting students and staff. We're greeting that 77%. And we've developed social contracts, which we know that because we actually have classroom observation data that says that as well. Things that we want to focus on are sharing those good things and asking responsive questions about the good things, and of course launching students and staff as they leave. And so this will be a continued work, and so I want to each month I'll give you an update on where we're at with our Capturing Kids' Hearts. Okay. Thank you. Any questions about that data? All right. Next, what we have for you, is our visitor feedback. Remember last month I mentioned that we have at every campus a QR code for visitors to do a real quick QR code and announce and reply to a couple questions. It takes less than 3 minutes on their experience at that campus. So far, we've had 11 people respond. And so again, data is always as good in every option. So what we want to do now is do a real big push and encourage anyone who comes to any campus to make sure they're scanning that QR code so that we can get our visitor feedback. But Mr. Sims is going to be my director real quick. And so right now, what school or office did you visit? We had 10 responses from Pine Bluff Junior High and 1 response from Pine Bluff High School. So that's what you see in that first pie. Number 2, I was greeted by the office staff or security when I visited school. 100%. That's a good number. Number 3, during the visit, I received help or the support that I needed. 90% said yes. 1 person said that it didn't apply. So obviously they weren't there for any kind of help. Number 3, during the visit, the environment of the school and building felt welcoming. We're at 100% for that. Number 4, during the visit, the inside of the building was clean and well maintained, 100%. And the last question, during the visit, the outside of the building was clean and well maintained, 100%. So this is an anonymous survey. So any parent or member that comes to the building, they scan the QR code and answer it. We are really just trying to see how are we welcoming our visitors, and this is just good feedback for us right now. So I'll continue to update you on this information as well. Thank you, Mr. Sims. Next, what we see under the district operations and fiscal governance, we have no board-to-board transfers to share at this meeting. Number 2, I am going to request that we have a special call board meeting before October 1st so that we can approve the budget for next school year. So that will be next week. So Monday of next week is what I'm hoping everyone can be, but we'll discuss that. I'll get a poll on everyone to see who can be here for a special call board meeting to pass the budget. Under facilities and transportation, Mr. Sean Carroll gave the update of Pine Bluff High School construction site. So the topping off ceremony. Right now, and this will not change because we've sent out invitations. Our topping off ceremony is Friday, October the 3rd. It's at 10 o'clock and it will be at the construction site. At the site, we have an agenda that will have mostly student-led, which I'm very pleased with, student-led speakers. And then we've invited the mayor and other council members and county officials. They've all been invited. I know the mayor is on the agenda to speak, as well as other people. So we're excited to have that opportunity. And those of you, when you're here that morning, hopefully you'll be able to be here that morning, you'll sign the beam and we'll get to watch them raise the beam, place the beam. And it is going to be a large beam that is where Mr. Carroll talked about between the arena and the auditorium. It's that lobby beam that we're going to place up. And it'll just have a great opportunity. We started with the groundbreaking, then we have the topping off, and less than a year from now, we're going to open a new building and welcome students into it. As far as the update for facilities, tonight we will be voting on the facility master plan resolution. So every other year, we have to have a full review of the facilities master plan. Last year we just had the regular, it was just a hold. So this year is the full review of the facilities master plan. It's due February 1st. But prior to that, there's an opportunity in October to submit for partnership funding for the 27-29 funding session. And what I would like to do is submit that resolution to the State Department for partnership funding for the 9th grade academy cafeteria. If you remember, board, in the old facilities a couple years ago, that was a project that was in our facilities project, and it did not get funded through partnership funding. And so this is another opportunity for us to submit it again through this round to see if we can get the cafeteria roof replacement for the 9th grade academy. The other piece that I'm going to ask for partnership funding for is Jack Roby. And Jack Roby, we know we need an HVAC renovation there. The last quote that we received also required a roof renovation as well as the HVAC. We're hoping to submit for partnership funding to help support this, as well as we will, of course, put out bids and things like that when it comes time for that replacement. But I want to go ahead and get the partnership submittal in so that we can get that for the for Jack Roby HVAC and roof, and just the roof at the 9th grade academy. And then the last thing that you'll have, and it's on the board agenda to be voted on, is the property insurance premium. Remember, we tabled that from last month, and the tabling was because I wanted to ensure that the premium was accurate. What you will see is the same premium because they're going to give us a refund. We have to submit that as far as it could cost up to that much. However, we removed buildings off that, but the buildings we removed, since it was a mid-year removal, like we sold them mid-year, we go ahead and I'm asking for permission to pay this premium. We will pay this premium and they will reimburse us in mid-year because it's the way that they do it throughout the year. Again, this is a new company. It's the company that every public school district in the state of Arkansas is having to use for property insurance. And so we're still waiting for more details about specific parts of the policy, but to make sure that we can have our buildings insured, we need to go ahead and pass that premium tonight. And that's my report.
All right, thanks, Superintendent Barbary. Any questions from board members regarding the report? Okay. All right, hearing none, I guess we're gonna move on to new business.
I've lost it in my paperwork. There we go. Oh, the first item under new business is approval of electronic funds transfer, and this is for bus drivers. Remember, so that these are two bus drivers that are not part of our actual payroll. They're sub-bus drivers. So this way we can just do them as we would a voucher as well. Teachers get, just an electronic deposit. So that's what we're asking for them. Hang on, I'm trying to get back there for you. One second. There's two of them. Oh, yeah, item 12A. Yeah, item 12A. Do you want to go through just one at a time so you can get each item? Yep. Okay.
All right, this item 12A for board members in your packets. All right, at this time I'd like to approve receive a motion to approve electronic funds transfer as it relates to authorization for the two sub-bus drivers. Moving properly second, ready for question. Any questions, comments, concerns? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye for me, all opposed say no. The ayes have it.
Next in your packet board is the resolution of the Board of Directors for Pamela School District and the board-to-board transfer. There was an opportunity through a law that says that the superintendent can authorize those board-to-board transfers, because if not, you would have to wait, that person would have to wait a whole month before the next regularly called school board meeting. So you've already done this for me in the past. It's a new resolution each year. So I authorize the board-to-board transfers, but I have to report it to you every month of those that have transferred in and transferred out. And so this is just for you to approve a board-to-board transfer resolution.
All right, at this time I'd like to entertain a motion to approve a board-to-board transfer resolution. Been moved and properly seconded, ready for question. Any questions, comments, concerns? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye for me, all opposed say no. The ayes have it.
The next item you see board 12C is the approval of property insurance premium that I discussed, and it's through the Arkansas State Captive Insurance Program. The total premium at this time is $823,472. It covers, like what it's saying is that for our total assessed value, it's over 196 billion. Or I'm sorry, 196 million. But if everything, if everything were like a total destruction, we're insured for over 100 billion, is what it is.
All right, at this time I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the property insurance premium. Been moved properly seconded, ready for question. Any questions, comments, concerns? One question that I have is, how much is the refund?
They have to take off Oak Park, the admin building downtown and Indiana Street. So once I'll get it to you at the next time I have it,
Okay.
but yes.
All right. And is there a timeline for when we're gonna receive that?
It would be hopefully in January, because they said the new fiscal year, or their new.
Okay, I got you. All right. Any other questions from board members?
If you remember, Dr. Russ, this happened to us last year as well,
Yep.
and we got the refund back. And last year, it's because we had taken off other schools, and it was a $42,000 refund, so we're looking to see.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, any other questions, comments, concerns? Yes, Director Evans.
We did not.
Any more questions? All right, hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye for me, all opposed say no. The ayes have it.
Board, in your packet, what you saw, I went ahead and included a small narrative. I explained a little bit of it during my superintendent's report, but the narrative was about the master plan being due in February, and then asking for the partnership projects for the HVAC at Jack Roby, and the roof at Jack Roby, and then the roof at the 9th grade academy. So first you just have the resolution, and then the next 2 pages are the narratives that have been updated based on the schools that we've sold, and then and the new high school that we're building. And as a reminder, the high school that we're building is 173,500 square feet that we just watched earlier. You'll notice on that second page, we've removed many buildings from the last narrative. And so the next page is an updated planned project. And so I want you to notice the difference in the updated and the old. Those two are on there. So the updated right now, as far as a committed project, the only commitment we have is finishing our Pine Bluff High School replacement, which is what we're in the middle of. The planned projects that we have are Pine Bluff High Stadium improvements. That's something that we've been discussing. We've listed Jack Roby and the HVAC and the roof renovation is planned. We've listed Pine Bluff Junior High roof renovations is planned. And I left Southwood on there because Southwood is our oldest elementary school. And there were some things we looked at when we talked about it, when we did the HVAC system, about possible doing some drop ceilings, some different types of renovations. We don't have the full scope of what that would look like, but I left it on there as planned because it is our elementary school that has the most need. If you notice the old one, what was removed, and I'm proud to say, the Dalloway High School exterior door replacement, it says Dalloway High School, but back then when it was submitted, now that's what we call the 9th grade academy and the 7th and 8th grade, so that's Pine Bluff Junior High. We've done all the replacement doors on the outside of all those buildings at the junior high. We've renovated and upgraded Southwood parking lot. Of course, we kept the Pine Bluff High space replacement. The Robert Moorhead, which is the 7th and 8th grade parking lot, that's been done. And then Pine Bluff High School stadium improvements, it was put as committed, but I moved it to plan because we haven't committed to it yet. We still need to find out about the funding and all that stuff. So I just wanted you to notice the differences in the master plan right now.
All right, at this time, I entertain a motion to approve the master plan and partnership project resolution. Moved and properly second. Ready for question? Any question, comments, concerns? All right, hearing none. All in favor say aye. Aye for me. All opposed say no. The ayes have it. Thank you very much. All right, at this time, this brings us to the end of our agenda. We are getting ready to go into executive session to discuss personnel. I want to thank the community members for coming out. I want to thank all the public speakers this evening for sharing with us. And so we hope you have a good evening, or you can hang around until the end of executive session. We're going to clear the room. And board members, if you want to take a quick break, please do so. Executive session shouldn't take very long this evening, but we will go into executive session to approve personnel. Thank you all for coming out. All right, we are back from the executive session. No decisions have been made. At this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the personnel recommendations of Superintendent Barbary. Move to properly second, ready for question. Any questions, comments, concerns? All in favor say aye. Aye for me. All opposed say no. The ayes have it. All right, that brings us to the end of our board meeting. At this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn. Move to properly second, ready for question. Hearing none. All in favor say aye. Aye for me. All opposed say no. The ayes have it. Thanks so much, and thank you all for attending. Thank you for the media and for the community members that continue to hang with us at this time. All right.